Oh my God! That is, isn't it?
It is a Dacia Sandero.
That is it.
I completely forgot that actually this is where the Sandero is from. I've been thinking about that car for 2 years.
Nobody thought it could be done, mostly because nobody has ever thought of it. I made a Dacia Sandero. As always, guys, we are starting this video in automation. And before I go ahead and get into the build, I just want to mention that although automation has a plethora of different, round, blobby, hatchback, crossover-esque things to choose from, none of them, really fit the build that well. Of course, there's a lot of purpose-built stuff, like a Prius. This looks like a Mark V Golf. There is a Porsche Cayenne. But there's no Dacias. There's only so many bodies in the game, and most people, normal people, have never heard of a Dacia Sandero, So I kind of just had to pick something, morph it as best I could, and just roll with it. And so I guess with that out of the way, I'll just go ahead and here it is.
Oh my God, bro.
That's it. That's all I have to say. It's beige. It's a car. It's got a rental badge. You might be wondering, why does a Dacia have a rental badge? Well, it's because I didn't have a Dacia badge, and Dacia, I don't know when this happened, but they were acquired by the Renault group. And so technically this car is a Renault. It's French, Romanian, it's something, right? And I don't actually know if they made this car in this color, but to me, this has always just been the epitome of beige. It's just a people carrier meant to get you from point A to point B. There's nothing fun about it. It's just a car. I suppose I'll just go ahead and throw an interior in here. And here we are with the interior finally in the car. And of course, I had to, beigeify it. And I don't mean literally, I just mean make it boring. Of course, the dash fixture here comes with a lot of brown on it. It's got wood paneling, but no, we're not having any of that. It's just black plastic. That's all you get in the Dacia. And if you guys think this is boring, which it is, there is more exciting things coming later in the video. So if you guys don't want to stick around for this, at least, skip halfway through and see what that's all about. And I suppose now I should just get into the rest of the car. But actually, I'm not going to go ahead and bore you with that. I'm just going to show you the usual, that I do a Google search, figure out what's in the car, and I just kind of copy paste until, I get all the numbers right. For example, the engine, it's 1.4 liter inline 4. The actual car makes 74 horsepower, I believe, and 83 foot-pounds of torque, which, pretty close. It's even in the same rev range, too. It makes its peak torque at around 2.5 to 3,000 RPM, and max horsepower closer to 6,000, which, we have that. So I believe I built a pretty good rendition of the Dacia, at least the engine. We'll see how it drives. And speaking of driving, I will go ahead and see you guys in Beamng. Oh, what's that? You guys thought this was going to be a fun, engaging video? No, I'm just on my way to work. Okay, no. As you can see, we are finally in the Dacia in Beamng. Oh my God. Is he pulling around? Dude, there's no damage. Don't need to get insurance involved. Relax. Okay. Yeah, of course, this thing is front-wheel drive with tiny little bicycle tires, so it's gonna understeer a lot. This is not a sporty vehicle. But what if it was? This is the foot to the floor, by the way, guys. Any day now. Any day we'll reach top of third. This is everything she's got. This is all 73 horses galloping to the max. Oh my God, the understeer, you can just hear it. Nope, turn the camera, please. Oh God, oh God. That was a turn. That was something. Okay, look, you guys are car guys if you're watching this, right? Maybe you've seen Initial D and you're like, oh, but it doesn't need power, it's a downhill racer. Yeah, what if you were right? Oh, come on. Get up the hill. The Dacia was a downhill racer. Takumi was Romanian. I would make up some funny name, but I actually just don't know a single Romanian. Oh god. Oh man. Brakes are not good on this thing. No, I take that back. I know King Michael the First, only because I play Hoi 4. Hearts of Iron 4, to those of you who don't know. But yeah, this thing excels in the downhill, actually. Acceleration is completely fit. Oh no, you idiot. You should have seen me, man. Like, anybody could have seen me from back there. I've exchanged insurance info? What? Okay, I was actually joking about that earlier. That's actually in the game. It's incredible. Oh my god. Get off my car, buddy. This fine Romanian steel you're messing with. Look at that, it still drives. Yeah, just don't look at the wheel. Don't listen to the tires. That's all propaganda. This car is fine. No, no, turn. Oh my god, rock. Like that scraping, that's nothing. That's how you know the car's working. Because it's driving and it has something to scrape. Come on, get out of the way, buddy. Get out of the way, let me merge. It's like your average Altima owner. Oh god. Get out of my way. Oh my god, I can't even catch up to him. Turn to fourth. Get out of my way, buddy. We've merged. Okay. What is wrong with this game? Hold on, let me pull over. What if I... Oh yeah, it's a drift... Oh my god. That was actually perfect. I wish I had like a replay cam for that. And you can cut up in the Dacia Sandero. Hold up, what if I try and like Scandi flick it? Yep. Look, if I was a good driver, that would have been crazy. Alright. Actually, hold on. Let's see how this thing does off-road. Thank God. I thought there was going to be a rock there. Here we go. Front-wheel drive. We are on, like, not even all-terrains. Just standard hard tires. Oh, God. I didn't even try and turn. Am I going to be able to get up this hill? Come on, Dacia. Need a low gear. There we go. Look, if it doesn't pull left, is it even driving? The visibility out of this thing is horrendous. I didn't put the seat high enough. Oh, man. We've got to overtake this guy. He's like a Baja racer. No, I want the low path. Turn, please. Okay, you know what? I actually think I'm getting a message real quick.
Great news! They've done an off-road version of the Dacia Sandero. Don't be fooled by the Renault badge, that's the Dacia.
What the hell are you on about?
Yep, you guys heard the man. There is an off-road Dacia. And yes, this was the big surprise. I'm already disappointed. You know, you don't gotta say it. I already know what you're thinking. But I guess I should talk you through what's different about this one, right? It's all-wheel drive. It had plastic cladding around the edges. I guess that's gone now. As you see, my fender flares are on the ground. Yeah, you know, who needs them? It's also got a little wing on the top. the mud flaps. I've done absolutely nothing to the interior. And the big change, aside from all-wheel drive that I mentioned, is the power has basically been doubled. I bored out the engine a little bit, put a turbo on it, and it now makes 140 horsepower. It has a huge torque dip, but it doesn't matter, because, you know, why would it? This is a driver's car, you know, driver doesn't need torque. He just needs power. Torque is power, but horsepower has power, so it's fine. It also sounds pretty good from the inside. Drift it, please. Oh my god. And actually, if you do hit the handbrake, it can slide decently well, just because these tires are so crap. They just don't get any traction at all. And you know, that weirdly makes for a good rally car. Ouch. Yep, that's the Offroad Dacia. I haven't really showed you it off-road much, so let's go ahead and get it on some kind of an off-road circuit and see just how much better this is than the regular Dacia. Alright, here we go. Very quick off the line, as you can see. And you know, let's say you're the average Romanian driving this Dacia, and you want to take a little day trip over to the Black Sea, right? You need a car that you know can get across those Romanian beaches. Whatever, right? We gotta see how this thing can do off-road so we don't get stranded. You know, it's part of everyday life in Romania over there. Especially if you live in Transylvania. That's a joke. People who know geography. But so far, speed is not great. We're not getting a lot of traction in the dirt, so we're not picking up a lot of speed. But that could also just be because the severe lack of power. It's also very bad at braking in the dirt. And I suspect the uphill is going to be just as bad, if not even worse, than on tarmac. As you can see, we're full throttle, and we barely got above like 35 by the end of that little hump. I'm turning. Oh no, no, no. This is dizzy. Oh god, it's gonna hurt. I think it's safe to say this thing is not beach certified. Do not bring your Dacia. Alright, here we go in the actual off-road Dacia, which I think this thing should put up a pretty good performance here, despite the fact that I think if you gave me a WRX on some decent tires, I'm going to be putting up a much better time. You know, it's a Dacia. We gotta be proud that it's at least here and trying, right? It's like a little kid when they show their like artwork they made at school, you know? You gotta put it on the fridge, not because you like it, but because you don't want to hurt their feelings. And now, obviously, off the pavement, the acceleration is much, much better. I missed that turn by a little bit less just because I knew it was there. Not really because the car was that much better. If you go ahead and pull the handbrake and get this thing to slide, it performs pretty similarly. Oh god. Please, please. You know, it's shockingly similar to the regular Dacia. That's because it is. Okay, let's try and just put a lap down here. Honestly, the big improvements are obviously that all-wheel drive system, even though it is still mostly front biased, and the extra power. Other than that, it's just a Dacia. It's got the same tires. You know, I'm sure I tweaked the suspension slightly. I don't really remember all that I did because I did this a while ago. Pull the handbrake. Oh my god, it just slides. Of course, sometimes you want that, sometimes you don't. Oh no, it just doesn't turn. It just didn't. I was full lock left, and I was going like 40, and it didn't do anything. Now I'm missing a tire. Look, come on, girl. Just get me there. I don't even care what the time is. If you can get there without a tire, it's more impressive than putting up a good time. Oh my god, left. Left is like a paid DLC. I haven't unlocked it yet. Come on, girl, get me there. Power. Oh my god. You know, if you guys have watched this far, then go ahead and like and subscribe, and make sure to tune in to the next video, because I like to do a lot of weird, funky automation stuff, just like this. See you in the next one.